Well, good evening and welcome back. This is my mate Rob, or Barnsley Rob as we know him locally in our village, mainly because there's lots of Robs, so everybody sort of gets the nickname, and he also comes from Barnsley.
Shock.
Yeah, there's a clue
In that nickname.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we're on day 5 of our Dartmoor trip. So
Tomorrow.
No, we're sorry, day 4 at the moment. Yeah, it's the evening of day 4, so we've been down here for 4 days. We've done 2 days woodland camping.
Yep.
Yesterday we was out on up the north end on one of the tours camping, and then we're just down south tonight, and then we're back to the woods tomorrow before travelling back to Kent on Saturday. So it's going to be dark soon. I mean, the sun's setting, it's getting really moody, and apparently the weather's going to turn to torrential rain tonight and tomorrow, so we're probably going to strike camp.
It's getting pretty cold now.
Yeah, it's getting quite cold now, so we're going to strike camp sort of early morning. We've got 1 more day woodland camping before we go home. So anyway, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to take you for a walk around, show you roughly where we're pitched up. We've got loads of adventure food for tea, which will probably start just after dark. So and we got beer. We found this. There's a Foster's stream. There's a Foster's stream. It was going downstream, so Rob, kindly being younger, he jumped in, swum. I'll show you the stream in a minute. He swum in it, and
I almost drunk it all, but I found him.
He fished out all these tin of Foster's, you know, and then I hooked him out. It was great. So cheers, Rob.
Cheers, my mate.
Good luck. Anyway, we'll bring you back a bit later. Bye for now.
See you later, guys.
Okay, well in front you can see in the distance there's a disused quarry. It's actually quite a piece of art now, where they've made the steps up the right and left hand side, and it's all covered over with green foliage now. And there's a couple of tours in the distance there. 1, 2, 3 of them should be in shot. To the left, probably blind you in a minute. It's going to be an absolutely lovely sunset, but it is nearly sunset now. I'm just going to pan around. There's another tour in the distance there. Radio mast. And a rather strange line of stones just in a straight line for no particular reason. We're just approaching a stream. We're only about sort of 150 yards or 60 metres from a little stream. I'll just show you it. There you go. I don't know if you can see it properly, but we've got a fresh water supply, so that's quite handy. It meant we didn't have to carry so much in. Straight ahead you should be able to see our 2 tents. I'm sleeping in my Van Gogh Ascient 200, and Rob's borrowed my OEX Fox 2, which I've not actually even slept in yet. I bought it a while ago and pitched it a couple of times, but I've yet to try it out. But it's proving to be a really good budget priced tent. So yeah, very pleased with that. In fact, Rob wants to buy one now, so that's fair enough. There's Rob in the distance, just walking off towards what is a stone circle, so I'm going to follow him down there. There's no explanation. There's loads of them on the moors, and they don't really explain how they got there or why they're there, but they're there. Oh, bit of uneven ground. It's quite boggy around this area. Windy and quite cold now, but sure we'll survive. There's no one about at all, and we've been here a few hours now, and there's been literally no one, not walking, not a soul. Oh, there you go, straight ahead. There's a stone circle and a larger vertical stone. Was up here the other day. Rob and I went to Princetown. We went to the Dartmoor Prison Museum, and on the way back we spotted this place. That's why we've come back to it. But we walked up here and there's no explanation of the stones, or indeed the larger stone that Rob's perched behind at the moment. You can see in front there's walls, and that's private land, that's farmland. We're stood on the Dartmoor National Park side that you are allowed to wild camping, providing you're backpacking, which we are. Let's take a walk down to the stones. Well, Rob's gone off. He's gone off for a walk. I think he's talking about going up that tor in front. So I'm sure it'll be dark by the time he gets back. Meantime, I'm going to go back to the tent, sit down and have my beer. Well, Rob's taking himself off. He's going to try and walk up that tor behind me. He's got his head torch. He hasn't got a backpack on, so he should be absolutely fine. Got his phone on him if there's a signal, so he can always give us a ring. He's asked me to zoom in on it at the top with this, but I don't think that's going to happen. But good luck to him. He wants to take a walk up there at this time of night. All well and good. Meanwhile, I'm popping back to the tent. I'm going to have a sit down. The old feet are aching a bit. I need to get the boots off. Back's playing up a bit, which has been for days, so time for me to rest and have a beer and contemplate some grub. Lovely out here. Well, I've been up for an hour or so. I first woke up at 5 o'clock. It was pitch black still, very windy, very damp and very cold. Absolutely snug as a bug inside the tent. I've actually spoken to Rob. He's nice and snug. At the moment he's still in his tent, just catching up on a bit of Facebook and a bit of news. I've actually, because it's absolutely blowing a hoolie and the tent is very wet, I've packed my tent from the inside out, so I've just got the tent standing now with my sleeping bag inside, already packed and ready to go. So I'm just hoping it doesn't rain and the wind dries the tent out so we can get packed away. What we're doing today, we're travelling down the hill back down to my vehicle, and we're travelling back up to the north side of the moor to do an overnight off-grid camp in woodlands. So what I intend to do, we're visiting a castle and doing a few things during the day. When we get there this afternoon and get pitched up, I'll bring you back and show you around the campsite. So yeah, for now I'm gonna go and have a quick brew, give Rob a knock and see if we can start thinking about heading off. Catch you later. I'm just getting a tiny bit of recording done while the wind's dropped. It's been blowing an absolute hoolie. I've just carefully unpegged my tent and turned it, leaving a couple of the pegs in to try and dry one of the sides that wasn't drying in the wind. Basically the tent's dry, the wind's literally about 50-60 mile an hour, but one of the sides was soaking wet, so I've turned it before I pack it away. My tent is out of pitch first, so obviously if I pack it away wet with the inner in, it will just sink through. So I want to get it as dry as possible before packing it up, and then we'll both be pitching up again later this afternoon. But there you go, we're all packed up. I'm recording this on my phone because I've packed all my camera equipment away for the journey out now, but just a video. It was all packed up, we've left no trace, can't even actually see where we pitched ourselves, so as it should be. Right, we're off.